with this addition to the park, families will be able to come and enjoy the park at all ages as a family, and I've been getting a lot of feedback from the neighbors that that's exactly what's happening. So our future goals at all of our parks are to promote more green space, benches, and trails for all city residents to enjoy. So hopefully you will enjoy this park like the residents are so far. I now will turn to the people that initiated this great program, starting with Mayor Donchez. Mayor?
Thank you, Jody. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Friendship Park. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Alan Jennings and Anna Smith of CACLV for their assistance in securing a $30,000 Keystone Community Grant for the improvements to this park. An additional $100,000 was funded through the city's budget in 2018-2019 for capital improvements. But I also would like to take this opportunity to thank Councilman Reynolds for his leadership on the Northside 2027 program. Willie, thank you very much for your support and leadership on this. When we first started discussing upgrades to Friendship Park, the original thought was to tear out and replace the existing structure. After closer examination and additional discussion, it was decided to do some rehab on the existing area and give the park what it needed: age-appropriate play for 2 to 5-year-old population. One playground does not always fit all neighborhoods, and that is what this area was lacking. The equipment that was installed is a Little Tykes Kid Builder, the flagship model of Little Tykes. It gives the impression of a treehouse, and the rocks and stumps that make it feel exactly like real rocks, trees, stumps, and logs without the maintenance. As Jody said, the structure is ADA compliant with a universal transfer station, and there are 2 musical pieces on the structure to stimulate a child's musical creativity. As one at my first house was 2 blocks from this park and used it when my son was born, this is really what neighborhoods are about. Bringing back neighborhoods, quality of life, having a recreational facility, and I think it's very important. Again, I just want to compliment everyone involved, especially the city and Alan Jennings and Anna Smith for your involvement, and the whole planning department led by Alicia, and the support of Councilman Reynolds, because this is what many people look for. This is a quality of life issue, a neighborhood issue, and to have a park come back to life like this really attracts middle-class families to your community and to your city. So it's really an honor for me to be here, and I think it's just great, a great revitalization of a neighborhood. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Donchez. I'd like to invite Councilman Willie Reynolds up to the podium, and he was very instrumental in the Northside 2027 initiative, so I'd like to thank him personally.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today, and more than that, I don't want to repeat what Jody or the mayor had said, but I also want to thank the people that are here. One thing I like to say a lot is, everybody's got ideas, but it's rare to have plans, and it's even harder to carry out those plans. And when you look at the mayor, and when you look at Alan, and you look at Anna, and you look at our elementary schools, and everybody that's here that had a part in this, it is a testament to you, because I think a lot of people have that spirit. I think a lot of people have the spirit that I want to do something for my community, I want to do something for my neighborhood. But what makes everybody here special, and what makes things like this happen, is the fact that you carry that spirit with you, and it's like, how do we make this idea happen? And I think that's a very difficult thing in 2019, because we all can agree it's easier now to share ideas. But it's much more difficult, I think, to carry out those ideas into plans. And what Northside 2027 is about is what I watched for years and years and years at city council meetings, at community meetings, where people are like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? We need a comprehensive approach. This is what a comprehensive approach looks like. It is about playgrounds, it is about recreation, but it's also about services for the neighborhood. It's about our neighborhood public schools. It's about economic development. It's about walkability. When people talk about what's wrong with making decisions piecemeal, it's oftentimes because there isn't a plan like Northside 2027 that provides some guidance. And that's what we're trying to do here. And I really want to thank the people that are here that have had something to do with it, and more important than that, just try to implement these ideas going forward, because it really is that spirit that you have about what the right thing is to do that makes these things happen. It's how you find the grants, it's how you go to work, it's how you send the emails, it's about how do we make these things a reality. So this playground is great, but more than that, I think it needs to stand as an example for what happens when everybody does their little part to say, this is what we can do. These are the partners we can bring together. So I think it's another step in the right direction. It's something we all can be proud of, and hopefully it'll help to give us a little bit more momentum. So thank you again for all the hard work.
Thank you, Councilman Reynolds. I'd like to now welcome to the podium Anna Smith, the Community Action Committee of the Lehigh Valley Director. Anna, I can say just in the time I've been in this position, has involvement in all parts of our city, and I'm very impressed as to what this organization has brought to our community. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much, Jody. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon as we celebrate the first project of the Northside 2027 neighborhood revitalization effort. After years of collaboration on Bethlehem Southside, we at Community Action are happy to partner once again with the City of Bethlehem to strengthen our neighborhoods through investment in community-driven projects and priorities. And what better way to kick off the Northside 2027 effort than with a major project at the heart of this neighborhood. Thanks to a generous grant from the Pennsylvania Department of Economic Development Keystone Communities program, we were able to support the purchase and installation of the state-of-the-art playground equipment here at Friendship Park. And in particular, I'd like to thank Jane Person and Chris Cassidy for their work putting together a successful proposal that got us this funding. So when the City of Bethlehem began the neighborhood-based planning process for the Northside 2027 neighborhood plan, residents at every meeting emphasized the importance of community building. Neighbors expressed a desire to get to know the families living next door and build a tightly knit, diverse community that sees families through all stages of life. How can a city government build a sense of community? Well, I think it's by investing in attractive, safe public spaces that bring residents together. Investment in public spaces like Friendship Park is much more than the purchase of playground equipment. It's an investment in community building and the health and safety of our city's young people. For many Bethlehem residents, parks, pools, and recreation facilities are at the center of our collective memory of childhood, friendship, and our connection to the neighborhoods where we grew up. As the Northside 2027 neighborhood is strengthened through collective action and investment, the creation and maintenance of quality public spaces will ensure that this neighborhood preserves and builds its character as a true community where families can put down roots, grow, and thrive. We look forward to continuing to work with the city, neighbors, and other stakeholders as the Northside 2027 neighborhood plan is implemented, and I know that Friendship Park's new look is just the start with a lot more to come. So thank you so much, and it's an honor to be here today launching these brand new playground equipment. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming today, and I encourage you to stay and enjoy the park. We already had the mayor on the merry-go-round, so I'm just putting that out there.